Zach Purton, it's a big weekend of racing coming up, and you've got some very nice rides. One of the more interesting runs, I suppose, that we haven't seen under race conditions is in race 5, Packing Phoenix. He's created quite the boom, this horse, on the back of his trials, and exciting time to debut.
Yeah, well, let's see. He's done his work now, so it's time to take him to the races. He's got some speed. He's sort of acquitted himself well, and we'll see if he's got any more there.
Quite rare, I suppose. He's had the 4 trials. He's won all 4 of them, and he has looked pretty decent, hasn't he?
Well, he hasn't been off the bit. He's sort of done it under his own steam a little bit, but a couple of times he's sort of gassed out and felt like that might be all that he's got. So pressure on race day will tell us.
He cost a pretty penny as a yearling as well. Any pressure around him from his connections, given that he has got quite this hype on him?
No, not really. They buy quite a lot of nice horses, and they're happy to get him into the system and see how they go. And if they're good enough, they'll prove themselves, and if they're not, they'll get replaced.
Yeah, the owners have had a couple of nice ones, haven't they? Treadmill and Power already. Gate 6 on debut, nice place to be?
It's a reasonable gate for him. I haven't looked at the field, so I don't know what is in it or what's around him, but he's shown some speed in his trials, so I would assume from there he's going to lay up pretty handily.
Andrea, Blazing Wukong is a ride for you on Sunday in race number 6. He's a lightly raced horse, but so far he's done a pretty decent job, hasn't he?
Yeah, he obviously won first start and quite nicely, and I thought he ran well second time. And he's a horse that came to Hong Kong with a quite high regard, and he was doing everything right at home, and his trials were quite nice. But we'd never really asked him too many questions before he ever ran, so we didn't know what to expect. But we knew the ability was there, and like you said, he showed that he could do it first time, and I thought he ran well second time too, so happy with him.
Just on that run second time, obviously I know it's going to sound a little bit of a silly question given that he won first time out, but was the second run perhaps that little bit more encouraging given that he is now stepping up in trip and the manner in which he stayed on?
Yeah, correct. He just got a little bit wide, and the pace was maybe a little bit hot, sort of the second section, but he still ran good considering he was on his second run, and he was carrying near enough top weight, and but no, it was and obviously the Ricky put him away for the season, and they brought him back now. He's had 2 trials, one easy trial on the grass, and then we asked him a little bit more the second time on the dirt, and he trialled very nicely. So yeah, hopefully, this is his first round of the season, so he's starting off over 14 under, which I think is a good start, and we'll see how he goes on Sunday, really.
Look at his top line, through his dam, they do stay very well. So he looks a nice horse, shouldn't lack for fitness at all, should he, given that he's had those trials?
He's ready to go, but he's a quite big horse, so he'll definitely come on for the race too, but he's ready to take a run, and that race should bring him on too.
And just a line on Johannes Brahms as well. He's your ride in the Group 3. I mean, that's a cracking Group 3, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very hot race. You can make the case for most of them. But I actually just started him this morning, just gave him a little spin on the grass. He seems in good order. He's moving well. We've got a nice draw. Hopefully, if we can get a good trip around, he can run well.
David Eustace, the Celebration Cup is our feature race coming up on Sunday. You field a couple of runners. Let's start with Light Years Charm. He's come a fair way in a short space of time, this horse, David.
Yeah, he has. He's obviously, he's gone through the grades really well, and found some nice races and good speed on his races, and as a result, been able to put in good performances. But well aware this is a different kettle of fish. What he's competing against at the weekend, so he needs to step up.
He does. I mean, he's up to a triple figure rating out of 100, so he certainly earned it. Talk me through his recent trial. He beat another of today's or Sunday's rivals, Patcha Theta, in that trial. He looked pretty good. Yeah, he did. I mean, his trial's been good. Zach's been happy with him. Everything's gone smoothly. So yeah, there'll be no excuses. I mean, he will improve for it. He hasn't ran for a while, like most of them, but I haven't sort of fully screwed him down. But he's ready to run out a strong 1400. I know it's not Group 3 form, but you would have, I'm sure, been pleased to have seen Lowrider win recently. Obviously, he finished behind him when he last ran. Choo Spirit was 6th. He's come out and run well. So the form's certainly been franked. It's solid, but as you say, this is another level, isn't it, really? Yeah,
he's beat some nice horses along the way. And, looking forward to seeing if he can step up and for the whole season ahead, really.
Cross noseband comes off, David. Why so?
Just he doesn't need it anymore. Had it on early just to help the rider and give them a bit more control. But he's such a relaxed horse now that it's just not required.
Okay, he's going to be joined by Victor, the winner. Where are we at with him, David, at the minute? I mean, he's not looking like the Group 1 Victor, the winner that we know and love, but whereabouts is he at the moment? Well,
I was sort of pleased with him towards the end of last season and thought he was sort of coming back to a bit of form, and I thought he would, show us something in his first run, and he really basically raced sort of disinterested. I had a bit of a query as to whether the blinkers were at the right move, and he certainly sort of showed the other day that they were not having a positive effect at all. So they come off and kept him nice and fresh. I was sort of hoping maybe the pace of 1400 might just suit him now, but he certainly needs to show us something at the weekend.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting to see him at 14. I mean, all his best form obviously is 12, but I guess you'd want to see him do something here, really, wouldn't you?
Well, I just want to see him at least jump and travel at 1400 metre pace and show that he wants to do it. And if he doesn't, then we'll have a chat with his owner.
Harry, Flying Fortress, really nice horse that you're going to ride in race at number 10 coming up on Sunday. We haven't seen him for nearly 100 days, but I guess you're looking forward to getting back on board.
I am really taken by the way he won towards the back end of last season, and he beat a good field that day, so naturally looking forward to being back on board.
He's a horse who just seemed to progress, hadn't he, really? I mean, notably for his runs at Happy Valley, but good to see him bring it to Purton. It
was. I think he was always running really decent races at Happy Valley, and then just slightly brought him back in trip to the 14 here at Purton, and have to say, I think he got thrown in the deep end a little bit with that race, and if he'd run a place, I think we would have been pretty happy against that field. But he really stepped up his game that day and showed what he could do. So, yeah, it's just given some confidence that there's more to come.
He's had a recent trial. I thought he got to the line really well in that trial, and what looked a pretty handy trial too.
He did. He feels in really good shape. Cody's prepped him nicely and got him in good order for this first run.
Talking of the job that Cody's done with him, I mean, Cody's got some nice horses in the stable. One we'll touch on in a moment with you in the Group 3, but he's a 5-year-old coming up for any start 10 in Hong Kong. He's sort of taken his time with him. I don't know if that's by design, but it seems to be working.
It is. He's quite a narrow horse, this, and I'm not sure he would have taken a really tough season. So Cody's been nice and patient with him. I mean, you could easily have run him again the back end of last season after his victory, but Cody chose to just wait a little bit and perhaps let him fill out a little bit more into his frame, and I think that'll pay dividends in the long run.
Would you be confident that there's still a bit more to come off £6 higher?
I think so. As I mentioned, he was a horse that was perhaps on the narrow side last season, and he could still have a tendency to run around under pressure. So he always gave me the impression that there was some greenness still in him, and if he can iron that out, then there should be more to come.
You and Cody Moe, a perfect 1-from-1 this season, albeit a slightly fortuitous one, which you certainly won't mind at all. Mark Gwynn lines up again in the Group 3. Just a line on him, obviously. He's thrown in a bit in the deep end in this race, Harry, but he certainly deserves his place.
He does deserve his place. It was a good victory last time out, and naturally you're stepping up in class here, aren't you? You're up against some really handy types and progressive horses such as My Wish, so he's going to have to be at his best, but you've got to give him some respect, especially off a low weight with 116 in these races. They've got to be given some respect, and I expect him to run well again.
Nice book of rides coming up on Sunday, Harry.
Really nice book, yeah. It'd be great to nick a winner or two and see how it goes.
Zach, the final race on the weekend, race 11, Beauty Bolt. He's only had the 2 runs. He's done a pretty good job in a short space of time. Nice to get him back to the races.
Yeah, it is. He took that one run last season where he looked like he needed it, and he was a better horse at his second run, and I think his trial the other day indicated that might be the case again here. He was really weak the last sort of furlong in his race, and they were contemplating maybe dropping him back to 1400 for his first run this season, but I can't fit him in anywhere, and it was already planned to run, so they decided to press on, and it might just be a little bit far for him first time out, but we'll see how we go.
Going back and having a look at the day one, Zach, I mean, he sort of showed a good attitude, didn't he? Like, he dug deep for you that day, and he found for you, which was quite pleasing, I suppose.
He did. He was under pressure the whole race. He was never comfortable. He was off the bit. The speed of the race really had him struggling, and then he had to dig deep, as you say, picked up and kept finding and got the job done. I thought it was a very courageous effort, and that's why the thought this season maybe a mile might help him to get into a little bit more of a rhythm, but it's just whether his fitness is in the right place to be running a mile first time out. We'll find out.
Yeah, a couple of trials, I suppose, as well will aid him. I must ask you about your ride in the Group 3, like yours, Charming. You've seen a lot of these races in your time here in Hong Kong. This is probably as good as a Group 3 as we'll find, isn't it? I mean, it's a really good race.
Yeah, a lot of nice horses in it. Some horses on the way up still with plenty to give, obviously. And I've drawn all right, so hopefully I can just get the right run and he can continue on his way. He's going to need to raise the bar a little bit from what he's been doing, but he's weighted well enough, and I thought his trial was good. And we don't know where he's going to end up yet, so hopefully he keeps competing as the way we want him to.
And just a word for his trainer. I mean, David's done a really good job with him, hasn't he? In a short space of time, he's brought him a long way now to a triple figure racing.
He has, to identify the horse in country areas of Australia, which is not really that common, and bring him here and get him to where he's got him to, and have him race as consistently as he has. And he's not the easiest horse to handle. He can do a few things wrong, and he's very nervous and sweats. And I would say between runs he's getting a bit of electrolytes pumped into him and having a few swims in the pool to try and cool him down and things like that. But David's managed him well, and hopefully he continues to do so.